I left that on the floor yesterday. Yeah.
Behemoth. Show the camera. First fish of the day.
Biggin.
Heavy hitters fish.
Not gonna do it. All right, guys, welcome. Smith Mountain Lake practice. It's day 2 practice right now. Heavy hitters. It's gonna be a fun week. There's Smith Mountain Lake hasn't always been known as a big bass fishery. But if you look at the tournament results over the past few years, it started to kick out some really big fish, And we've got some interesting conditions. Lake's coming up. We've had a bunch of rain, and there's a fish on the bed. I don't even have my glasses on. I saw him. We've got real late spawn. Like, this is only the second fish I've seen on a bed. We're up the river right now. He's like, maybe a keeper, maybe. But we got water coming up. I mean, there's a lot of floating debris, a ton of fry. The big wave of the spawn has already happened. And then we've even got, I think this place has got blueback herring in it. I know it does. I saw a fish spit one up yesterday. And down lake, you've got some, herring spawn, typical like Carolina. We're not in Carolina, but typical Carolina point fishing. Big groups of fish, but they're really hard to catch unless they're up and schooling. So, and you got multiple species. You got smallmouth and largemouth. I think it's got spots too, but I hadn't caught any spots. So pretty cool fishery. Pretty cool. We're gonna see if we can't catch a look of this fish here on this bed. Come on, where are you at, fish? Thought he was on a bed. Maybe he's just up here. So, with this event, we start off at a 2-pound minimum. And then it's a 2-pound minimum all the way to the final day. Then it goes to a 3-pound minimum, which is a massive difference, where it might take a lot of scorables to make the cut. The final day, you're not going to have to get many bites. You just get the right bites. So, my approach to this event is going to be completely different from day 1 to day 4 if I can make it there. You can get some big bites right now on a glide bait. Yesterday had a couple big bites. You can get a few big bites on those points, but they're really hard to catch. Right now, I think the ticket is going to be fishing for those fry garters. In the first couple days of the event, which that's not a great way to catch a 5-pounder, but it's a great way to catch a 2. And so there's an abundance of those right now, and that's probably what we'll do mostly the first couple days of the event. Unless we get safe, then we'll pick up a big bait, go glide around, try to catch a fish worth a bunch of money. But the real money is that final day, so you got to worry about getting there before you fully focus on those big fish. I think there's definitely potential to catch 8 to 10 fish on a glide bait during the day. A couple of them end up being 5- and 6-pounders. You're gonna win this tournament and maybe win big bass as well. So I really, really would be upset if I can't make the final day here. It's not gonna be easy, but man, that would be awesome to make a championship round here. Can't find a shad spawn, but we can find a carp spawn, son. I'm sure there's smallmouth on, like up here. Sick. There's a keeper. The 2-pounder. Yeah, he's got something going on. Little buzzbait fish, probably 2 1/4. All right then. It's like a dang good one. There's a carp following this bass, like trying to spawn with it. Look at this one. Well, when he bit it, I thought he was gonna be like 10 inches. That's a stud right there. Huge success. It's over 3.5. Probably take the hooks off this buzzbait. All right, it's time to. All right, it's amazing when you use the right tool how easy it is. Watch this. Ta-da. Now, no more sticking keepers on a buzzbait. So, because I had a big one follow right there too. I was fishing as a co-angler with Mike McClellan one time. I drew him on Clark's Hill, which he had won the previous 2 times on Clark's Hill. It was day 2, and he had like 16 the first day and was in like 4th. And he had a bad day that day. I didn't catch much either. Right at the end of the day, I caught a 3-pounder on the shaky head. And he was just grumpy. He's a nice guy, but like, I'll never forget this. Is I caught that fish, and I'm 16 years old, dude. I'm like, yes, man. I'm like, that makes me feel so much better. And he goes, I don't care. But he like mumbled it to the point where I'm like, did he just say that? But that's totally what he said. Bro, this frog in general, I need to put bigger hooks on him or something, but he is not. That's a keeper. Were you watching it? Yes. This is not what I'll start doing. This is like not day 1 stuff for sure for me. This is like I have a bad day 1, you know? This is a day 2 stuff for sure. There's some bites to be had in this section of the river. I honestly didn't think he was scoreable when he blew up on it. He was bigger than I thought. He's fat too. Come on, keeper. He's close, but he's not a keeper. I had a bite on a dock. He wasn't coming off. He's probably like a 113. That's where you catch a dang 5-pounder right there. Whoa. Well, there was a couple years and there was a tournament here too. That Dean just freaking cleaned everybody's clock. He was the only one that had a Spro frog. He had it for like a 1.5 years before it hit the market. And dude, he was trashing people. Because he could just, you know, they'd never seen it. I'm not setting the hook if he bites it this time. You see, he doesn't look that big. That first pop looked like a dang good one. Take a weight point right there anyway. How about that on 1.5 ounce weight? Little baobab hog too. Not a keeper. That's sick. That ain't good. That's a goner, bro. Oh, we're done with that bite. I'll probably rig it up for the tournament though. Just because like, hey, I want to see a mat, might as well flip it. He's not a keeper. Hey, keep. For all you herring boys, I got a bait, you don't. It's a 2-pounder, isn't he? He's fat. Either way. I need to not show this bait to these fish again. There we go. You throw a spook over there, you ain't getting a bite. It's one of those deals though, it's Saturday. Probably be a local sitting there by 7:45, you know? I'm probably gonna have 2 TKs and a Metro rigged up Derby day. And those will be my 3 glides. And you can get pretty aggressive with it. I'm not like a juice tackle guy, but right now I got some pretty juice tackle. Well, Jared just got out of the boat way over there to get a drone shot. I said, make sure you're tight on me. You never know, you might get a fish on camera. Well, the drone logged him out and I caught one on a glide bait. That's a keeper. Bro, this is gonna be such a fun week. I may suck, but it's gonna be so fun. He ate it good. What you know about that JDM life? Big and giant. I need to pull that away from that fish. It was a 4+. Bruh, they're down this bank, bro. But, Dude, this thing's gonna catch them this week. Like, it's gonna catch them. I mean, almost everywhere I throw this glide bait where I think there should be one, there is one. Non-scoreable. Dude. There's a little pinky in there too. Gosh, that's a blueback herring if I've ever seen one. Probably put a snap on him too, if I couldn't get him to glide consistent, you know? Giant. Keeper though. It's a nice one. This is like that small one that was following me. Fatty. These hooks are so small, you gotta have a small pair of pliers to get them. Nice. 2-pounder. That's 2-pounder all day, I think. Yeah. Well, that's gonna be an issue with that bait. I need to change the hooks. I lost 2 on this thing. Dang, he's a good one too. Freak. A big fry garter. See, that's what scares me right there. If there are a bunch of these, that's a problem. I'm about to stick like 4 in a row, frag garters, and just see what they are. That's a dang good one. 2.5. Maybe close to 3. I don't think he's gonna go 2, actually. He's gonna be really close. Catching fish on a glide bait, not weighing 2 pounds is actually impressive. What do you think, 2-pounder? I don't think, I think he's a 113. Nah, he's like a 114, 115. A 190 something. 196. 4 100ths of an ounce for me in a 2-pounder. If he had a normal butt, he'd be fine. Fish release violation, 2-minute penalty. It always looks so good when you pull into them on a glide. They look just so much bigger than they are. Dude, there's like 1,000 of them right here. Like this may be my starting hole. He might go 2. I don't think he'd go 2. It'd be real close. He might score. He's got it swallowed. Dude, it's the steep stuff, bro. It's dang steep stuff. Look at how he hit it. I don't think he's gonna score.
Show.
Nope. It's insane how many there are right here, dude. Yeah. 187. That's a keeper. It's a good one. Look at this one. Golly. Maybe that is the way to catch bigger ones. Boom. Football, bro. Bro, it's that steep stuff. Forget everything you think about herring fish. That steep stuff, bro. Dude, there's 1,000 of them right here. Smallmouth indeed. Any more with him? We got a big old crawfish pincher sticking out of his throat too. A double chartreuse fluke rig, a saltwater riser, a jowler, swim bait, Seville, sneaky sneak, sneaky sneak, sneaky sneak.
Sneaky sneak. Tiny sneak.
Maybe sneaky sneak. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. I don't even want to show this, but I'm like sponsored by them, so I feel like I have an obligation. But this would be a bait that like I would not show anybody. But they bite it on herring lakes. That's all I'm gonna say. Leave it at that. I like it. Tell me how this smells.
No.
Here. Now they won't be able to resist my frog. Never sprayed this before. Ooh. Smell that.
Is it real?
It's real.
Ooh. It's strong.
One more for good measure. Let that soak in there.
Oh yeah.
Hope it doesn't rust my hook. They're gonna come up to look at it and they're just gonna be like, It's over. Look at my stash now.
Dang.
Still more in there I didn't pick up.
Unlimited.
They're expensive too. It's the off day now. My least favorite part of this job besides driving is tackle. And this week I've got more tackle than I know what to do with. I've got minnows, topwaters, glide baits, flukes, frogs, flipping setups, wacky rigs, drop shots. I mean, you name it. We've got 2 or 3 of each rigged up. But that's kind of how herring fisheries are. And we're not fishing out of our own boats. You've already heard me say it. All of this has got to go into a major league fishing boat. So as soon as we get the phone call, I'm going to drive this rig over. We're going to take out every tackle box, every fishing rod, and load it, and hopefully keep it kind of organized into the boat over there. And then we're going to drive this rig back and relax for the night. But it's been it hadn't been a long day, but man, it's just been tons of work. We've been trying to dial in some really finicky baits and get them to sit right in the water column. And I don't know how many times I've rigged up a bait. It doesn't work right, and I pull it off, and I bend the hook, and I rig it in a different way, and that doesn't work right. And so I finally think I've settled in on a few things, but it's going to be a really, really interesting bait. The way herring fisheries are when they get out on the herring is not who has the best spots. I mean, that kind of plays into it. You got to have some good spots, but it's all about who has the best bait, who has the bait that they want. They're some of the most finicky, difficult bass in the world to catch, and so we got the kitchen sink tied on, ready to throw at them. We even got some bass energy for scent. Pick some up on Tackle Warehouse if you want. Let me know, are you big scent people? Do you think scent matters? I do. Within reason, you know. I don't know if it helps generate more bites, but I think the way they bite once they taste it changes things. So let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm just kind of at that point of like, don't know what to do next. Also, I'm not in the cut boats to have Lowrances, not Garmins. So I've had to save files to brand new cards, because once you have the card in the Garmin, it writes it on a certain file, and you gotta transfer it to a computer, put it on a brand new card so it'll work in the Lowrance, and like you punch that card into that Lowrance and you kind of just go, please have all my waypoints on it, because those are pretty important here. I feel like I'm complaining a lot. I'm excited about this week.
It's a lot more work, a lot more effort.
Yeah, it's a lot more effort. Normally all my rods are in my boat. I tie 2 or 3 things on. This one, ugh, I got too much stuff tied on. Stresses me out. So it's kind of the season of anything can work. So you got to try it all. But I'm hoping to catch some fish on some stuff like this. A little soft glide bait. Skip that bad boy up under docks like a mag draft and twitch her back. Caught some on it yesterday. Lost some on it yesterday. How I'm gonna fish and how I want to fish are 2 completely different ways. Like, I want to just go throw a glide bait all day and say, forget you herring bass. It's really kind of bothering me. But we're gonna do a little bit of glide baiting and frogging. Another thing, tomorrow's a Saturday. There's a boat dock every 20 feet on this whole lake. And even yesterday on a Thursday, there was quite a bit of pleasure boat traffic out. You know, the people out there wake surfing, cigarette boats, just letting that baby
Ripping
eat.
it.
Yeah. And tomorrow's going to be worse. The only saving grace, which isn't a saving grace, we got a 30-mile-an-hour wind tomorrow. That may keep some of the pleasure boaters down, but this place, you can get out of the wind pretty easily. So I don't know what it's going to do to those shallow fish that like to be up on the bank. If you're any way exposed to the main lake, you may be having some issues there. So yeah, I mean, like, look at this stuff I got tied on. Look at that. Have I ever caught a bass on a riser? Maybe one. But I'm like, ooh, maybe they'll bite that tomorrow with the wind. I don't know. You really need slick calm for that bait. So you got anything to say, Jared?
Nah, glide bait bite's cool.
Glide bait bite is cool.
That's my thing.
I hadn't caught any big ones on it yet, though.
Nah.
Yesterday, I mean, had a little bit of action, a couple big followers, but dude, Bobby Lane, I called Lucas trying to get a Seville. He didn't have any. Bobby Lane caught a 9 or 9.5 in practice.
Dang.
Dang big. I'll see y'all at the boatyard, I guess. That's what Jared says. This may be the first tournament in 2 years where I don't have a jig head minnow rigged up.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Times.
Now, I got some even goofier stuff rigged up, but I can't show you all that. I literally can't.
I mean, I could. Whoa. Balancing act.
Whoa.
Didn't work. Here's the rig for the dirt. Got a Red Ranger. 1 unit.
Bro, how do I get these daggone graphs turned on? Oh, I turned on. There we go. There you go.
It's alive.
So that was pro level getting out of there like that.
Yeah.
Got the boat rigged up. That was really close. We've actually got a severe thunderstorm warning for our area right now. We beat it by minutes. I mean, it's raining pretty hard now, but not what it's going to be. Now we're headed to the meeting. It's a 47-minute drive to the meeting. So we're just going to burn a bunch of gas, basically. They're going to give us jerseys there, give us some food, tell us the rules, and we'll be on our way. Well, guys, that wraps up our practice video from Smith Mountain Lake. As you can see, I'm fishing right now. We did not film an outro for that event. I'm on Kentucky Lake. You know, Smith, if you followed along, didn't go how we wanted. We caught some fish in some really cool ways, caught some big ones. So hope you stay tuned for that. Tournament vid's coming right up. And I appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully we don't suck at Kentucky Lake. Lots of scanning. Lots of scanning.